Okay, let's go.
Is that music?
Yeah, what the hell was that?
Iggy, can you turn your volume down?
Oh, that's
Oh my god!
Oh, man.
oh, that's gonna start the show. That's gonna be at the very beginning of the show.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
He's playing Pokemon. He's happy.
Okay.
Everyone's happy playing Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like from
yeah.
Baru.
You can't frown playing Pokemon. It just doesn't happen.
No, exactly.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to episode 34 of the Geek Cast. I am Bobby, the Geek Guru. Full cast and full house this week, so Toby doesn't correct me. Toby, what's up, buddy?
Hey, I'm good.
We have Holly with us today. What's up, Holly?
Hi. I'm cool.
We have the Grumpster. What's up, Alan?
I'm pretty.
Today would be the one day that I would disagree with you, because you look like 10 miles of bad road. And joining us, my buddy James from the Life of Gaming podcast. What's up, James?
Greetings and salutations, everybody. It's a beautiful morning.
James
James is too cheery. I'm not.
It's
He's
too
always
early.
cheery.
They two are like opposites right
I'm
now.
a morning person, so I am good and ready. This is my best part of my day.
That's good. I would be if I had
Yin to my
coffee.
Shut the hell up.
I didn't have coffee yet, so I'm not as stupid for the show.
Sure.
We're gonna kick this show off like we do every episode with our Geek Outs, and we'll throw it to James this week. James, what are you geeking out about?
Boy, oh boy. Okay. What I'm geeking out about this weekend, my wife and I are going to see 10 Cloverfield Lane, which looks absolutely awesome.
Ooh.
Super excited about that. It's actually directed by Dan Trachtenberg. I don't know if any of you know who he is, but
Not familiar.
maybe 7 or 8 years ago, him and a group of friends had a YouTube show called The Totally Rad Show. And I used to watch that like every day because they had they talk about video games and movies and all this stuff. And then over time, he always talked about how he wanted to get into directing. And he made like a short about Portal, and like you could kind of see him grow as a director. And now he's directing 10 Cloverfield Lane for J.J. Abrams, which is just it just blows my mind. That's really
that's
awesome.
amazing.
That's awesome.
It shows you can get somewhere if you
Could
work
be one
hard.
of us one day.
Right.
No, it's not. We'll be, listen, 10 years from now, we'll be sitting here doing the same thing, and Holly will be yelling at Iggy because his Pokemon music is too loud.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's
It'll continue
We're
on.
not going anywhere.
Sure.
Did you see
Alan.
that rumor working a Portal though? Did you see that today?
The what?
Well, James mentioned he directed the Portal short. Well, J.J. Abrams has just said that they are working on a Portal movie adaptation. And
Really?
Oh, wow.
Maybe we'll have him direct that too.
There was that Portal VR thing as well recently, wasn't there?
Yeah.
hmm
So.
Awesome.
Alan, what are you geeking out about? Wait, can I guess? Can I guess? I was going to say. I was going to say, yeah.
Captain America: Civil War. Come on, Spider-Man. I'm happy.
Oh, looks good.
The better team-up fight movie of the summer.
Yeah, let's show the same exact trailer that we showed 3 months ago and just throw Spider-Man at the end and watch all the Marvel geeks like spew their spider webs all over the place.
Bobby's just a little jealous because it's going to be better than Batman v Superman.
We shall see. We shall see.
Hey, I'm
Self
Team
hate.
Batman or Team Superman, by the way. Just saying.
Get off the show.
You invited me, man. I'm stuck now. I can't get off.
I can eject you real quick.
Remote mute James.
Holly, what are you geeking out about?
I am geeking out about, obviously, Twilight Princess HD, obviously. But I'm geeking out about the Amiibo and the Mario Maker, like little, I don't know, what is it called? A mushroom mystery suit thing?
Yeah.
It's
That's
costume.
so cool. Yeah, the little costumes. So I really like that, and I love the Amiibo. It's awesome.
I haven't even opened my Amiibo yet. It is still in the box, but I will open it.
No, keep it in there. Keep it in.
No, rip it open, honestly.
I have all my other Amiibo and Disney Infinity open behind me, but I just haven't opened this one yet.
I gotta
Do
say,
it. And film it.
that's the one Amiibo that I second guessed opening it because the package is beautiful.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
Absolutely.
It looks like a painting, man. It is gorgeous.
Oh, look
Let's
at it
see,
all
wait.
ripped up.
Here it is, nice and new, and all good to go. Very,
Don't,
very
Oh.
don't do it.
That's
I
nice.
couldn't help myself.
If he
Toads.
opens that on air, we kick him off.
Exactly.
So, I am geeking out about Italdew 2,
Oh yeah.
which is releasing this year. They put up a brand new trailer for it, showing off all of the cool new stuff that they've got going on. So, if you don't know what Italdew 2 is, it's basically like a puzzle combat game in the style of Zelda, almost. Like,
Ooh.
there's a heavy focus on the puzzles in the first game. The second game looks like it's got better combat, but it's still very puzzle focused. And it's like very cartoony graphics, similar to sort of Wind Waker, sort of cell shading style, vibrant, cartoony. And I'm just really excited to play it. And the thing is, like, I shared it on our Geekguru Facebook group, and there was like some negativity about the first game because a lot of people were bummed out that they're not releasing Italdew 2 on Wii U. Like, they released the first game on Wii U, but people are a bit upset about it.
But
surprising.
Spit it out. I can see why they're not, why they wouldn't bring it to the Wii U. I mean, you're at the end of the life cycle. It's waning. The game still isn't out yet, so you don't know when it's going to technically come out yet.
Yeah.
But the first game, I liked it, but it was a glitchy mess.
Yeah.
And
I haven't played it. Like,
It's
I didn't even know about it until you mentioned it.
it's good. It's a good game. It's just it's a glitch fest. Like,
Yeah.
that thing crashed on me so many times, and it was so frustrating because I would get so far in the game and then bang, I'd lose everything, and I'd have to remember, like, what exactly did I do here? How did I get to where I was? So I hope they fix that. And with that, if that's the case, I don't know whether it's because it was on the Wii U and it just wasn't strong enough for it. But
Well, I heard that it was glitchy on Steam as well on PC.
yeah,
so-
I didn't know that. I just hope that they fix that end of it and it's not as glitchy. But I kind of their answer for that, what you posted in the group, I kind of get it. You know what I mean? Like, it was twofold. Like, one, we're not going to release it everywhere because we're a small team. It's 6 people that make this game, and I didn't realize the team was that small. So it's 6 guys that make the game. They don't have the time to throw it all over the place. It's one of those situations where they have to pick what's best for them and where they think it's going to make the most money. Why would you put it on the Wii U? Run the risk that it doesn't sell. That's number one, because they might have data from the first game that tells them, like, it's not good on this system.
I feel like
not for nothing, it doesn't really sell. Well, the Wii U doesn't really sell games that well, other than Nintendo games. Additionally, it'd be smarter to go to PS4 and Xbox One because the install base is through the roof right now, and that's where everybody's playing. So
especially
it just
PS4.
makes sense. Yeah.
I feel like people are kind of upset though because it is so sort of inspired by Zelda in its looks and its gameplay that people feel like it belongs on a Nintendo platform.
Yeah.
You know, they've sort of got some sort of ownership over it because of that, and they feel like they deserve it. So.
So there's one way to fix that, and that's called support the game when it comes out the first time. You know, if they would have supported the first, you can't get upset about the second one. I'm sure that the people who are getting upset about the second one bought the first one. I'm just like, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. I'm going to support these guys no matter where they throw it.
Yeah, I mean, as long as I get to play it on console, I'm happy. So if I can get it on PS4, I'll get it on PS4. So.
I would like to see them push it to the 3DS. To be honest with you, I don't see why it can't run on a 3DS. It doesn't. It's not
the new 3DS, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
You know how that goes.
Anyway, for myself, I am geeking out. Man, I got a couple things, but I'm just going to throw back at Alan. 2 weeks until Batman v Superman, baby, and I am ready. I already took off of work the 24th and the 25th.
You've taken off work?
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
Because I want to go to the midnight showing. So
I'm
going to relax on the 24th, chill out, take a nap, get ready.
I thought it was out sooner than that.
What's that?
I thought it was out sooner than that.
No, 25th. 25th of March. So I'm ready for it.
You know what else I'm geeking out about? Sorry, I'm adding another geek out to my thing. I totally forgot about this, right?
Is it your
I
beard?
know, I'm breaking the rules, right? But
it doesn't matter. I'm going to edit it out
anyway.
anyway.
About this. No, you're not editing this out.
I'm editing it out.
Holly and I
God, cut it on the floor.
Tickets to Comic-Con on the 28th of
Oh my
May.
god, yeah.
Oh, cool.
So so we're both really excited about that, aren't we, Holly?
We are.
That's nice.
We are both really excited. We still have to figure out our like transport and stuff, but like it's definitely happening. Definitely. And I'm gonna eat so much food because
I've never been to before,
Comic-Con has literally the best food. Like, you want some nice ramen, you get nice ramen. If you want loads of candy, you get loads of candy. Like, you can just whatever. It's gonna be the ultimate cheat day. Like,
Gamers
ultimate.
Paradise right
Yeah.
What are we playing? Alan, I'm going to throw it to you first. What are you playing?
I have just started Firewatch, and it's
cool.
ace. And visually it looks beautiful, and it made me think, because I watched your video about the Zelda games not having voice acting, and it blows out of the water for me this argument that it'll always be bad, because that game's done on, half the budget we could assume a Zelda game's done on. The voice acting's amazing. The character interaction between yourself and I've forgotten her name, but I started playing
Delilah
it this morning. Delilah. The interaction's great, and it shows that with the right director, the right cast, you can get, and the right script, you can have great voice acting, and you don't need to be spending tens of millions of dollars.
Yeah, I agree.
Whatever on it. So yeah, I'm playing that and enjoying it a lot.
Holly, what are you playing?
I am playing Twilight Princess HD, obviously. I'm at the Forest Temple, so that's pretty cool. I'm also playing Skyrim, because I always play Skyrim, and honestly, always. Oh, and I've also been playing the Talos Principle.
Is that a first-person puzzle game?
Yeah, it's really interesting. It's like Portal, but you have these things called jammers, and it just like stops things from moving so that you can like progress. It's pretty cool. It's very like atmospheric. I'm not very good at puzzle games, but I'm enjoying it. I can't play it too much because otherwise I just get a bit like burnt out. But I've been playing it in like little spurts, and it's pretty good. I suggest you check it out if you like atmospheric puzzle games.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
James, what are you playing?
Oh man, all sorts of stuff. I'm a jack of all trades, if you will. Actually, I'm also playing Twilight Princess, which you saw from the box. Yes. I actually just passed the Forest Temple. That was the last thing I did. I just.
Oh man, you're ahead of me.
Barely, just a little bit. But I've also been playing Pokemon. That just with the 20th anniversary. I actually got Pokemon Blue. Because I was deciding, okay, do I want to get red or do I want to get yellow? I couldn't decide if I wanted red or yellow.
Yeah,
well,
I think you should have got yellow. Yellow
because I've owned red and yellow in the past. And then the other guys on the Life of Gaming show, my brother-in-law Matt and our friend Bremy, Bremy had already bought red, and Matt had already bought yellow. And I'm like, well, if we want to catch them all, I'll just get blue. And I've never owned blue, so I bought blue and I'm playing through that. I'm past Brock and Misty. I think I'm under what's his name? Whichever gym leader's after that. I can't remember which gym leader's after that. That's where I'm at right now. I think he's the electric gym leader. I can't remember. But other than that, my co-host on Life Gaming, my friend Brant, he actually talked me into picking up Binding of Isaac. So I've been playing through that. It's kind of like a roguelike twin stick shooter. It's randomly generated. That game is so freaking hard.
It is so. I put it down after like 15 minutes. I was like, nope.
I've been playing it. I think there's 8 levels you can go down through. I haven't made it past 4. I just keep dying and dying. Although I am excited to hear all the DLC is also coming to the Wii U version because that's where I bought it. My Wii U is kind of like my indie machine. If it's on Wii U, I'll buy it there. Yeah. But I'm actually having a lot of fun with that. But that's all I've been playing this week.
Toby.
So I had a GTA 5 night. You'll be
of course.
Okay.
Of course.
So we did a bunch of new races and stuff. That was cool.
Murdered some more hookers.
Yeah, well.
That's what it's all about, though.
Should be the subtitle of the game.
Exactly. GTA, kill some hookers.
So obviously Twilight Princess, but I'm also playing through Hero mode on Link Between Worlds.
Oh, okay.
So I'm on my last dungeon before the.
Wait a minute, you did that? You started that
Yeah, I started it, but I put it down and I picked it back up again.
6-8 months. I remember the beginning of our podcast. You talk about that.
Yeah. So anyway, I finally picked it up and I'm on the. Yeah, I've got one more the Skullwoods dungeon in the Dark World, and then I'm on to the final dungeon. So yeah, I'm really enjoying that. Played a little bit more Firewatch just before we came on, and yeah, about that game, like, you know, you moaning at me for taking my time with it because it's a short game and I should be able to get it out of the way in one session or whatever. But I like to pace my games a bit more, especially if they are short. I like to
wait, stop. Define who is giving you a hard time.
You are.
No, Alan, not me.
Don't just say some people.
Right, you both are.
Alan does. Alan's
You're the
giving you a hard
host.
time.
So everything gets put on your shoulders, no matter what.
Apparently so. Like, he's just throwing words in my mouth.
So anyway,
Whose fault is it?
The problem is, right, is I thought it'd be a good idea, but because I left it about 2 weeks since I played it last, I've sort of jumped back in. It's like, what happened last? Like,
yeah, you can't.
There was a bit of a cliffhanger, but then it's like, okay, now it's a different day and something different's happening. And I'm at the part in the story where you go through, like, it skips a bunch of days at a time, and then something different happens at each day, and it gets confusing if you have like gaps between it because it happens so rapidly. So I wish that I sort of played through that section of the game.
So you wish you would have done what I'm going to take. Now it is on me. So now you wish you would have done what I told you to do.
Only this particular section of the game. Anyway, so I would have finished it, but I had to come on in. So.
Oh, well, now you got to start over.
Yeah.
Myself, I am playing... I can't really talk about it, but I'm playing Mutant Mud Super Challenge. I am doing a review on it.
So what's the difference with this one?
I can't talk about it.
But like, what I mean is it's what I mean is it just a harder version? I'm embargoed until the 17th, so you'll have to. But I don't know what this game is. If you were supposed to just describe what this game is without saying whether it's good or not.
It's more of the first one.
It's more of the first one.
That's
right.
right.
It's like the director's cut.
From what I've seen in the game, it looks more just like I wouldn't say a DLC pack, but kind of.
No.
So it's not a sequel though, is it? Is it a sequel?
I'm not getting in trouble.
Oh my god!
I'm also playing. I am not allowed to talk about it until.
Let's just poke Bobby a few more times.
Yeah, I'm not even taking that chance. I'm not risking.
I can't believe you even brought it up then, Bobby.
Listen.
Because I want to talk. I wanted to let you guys know what I'm playing. Because I want people to also realize that the 17th, which is this week, I'll have a review going up on my YouTube channel, and I would like people to check it out.
I look forward to it.
He keeps looking off camera. There's a guy sat with a gun, isn't there?
Yeah,
if there is, Bobby, just look worried and make girly noise.
Yeah, he's just in the corner. He's just like, don't say anything. Don't say anything.
Fire Emblem Fates, I've been playing a little bit more of that. I love that game. That game is really, really good. I think I'm getting close to the end of Birthright. I'm not 100% sure. I think I got about 25, 26 hours in, so I'm pretty deep into that game. And then I'm playing Twilight Princess, which will take us into our first topic, which is Twilight Princess HD. What are your first impressions of this HD remaster? So, James, I'm going to throw it to you because you've played this game millions of times.
I have. Many people know this is probably my favorite Zelda. A lot of people think that's kind of weird, like that is not the best Zelda.
No,
but to me, I feel like it's got the best dungeons. I love the atmosphere, the characters, the story. It's all fantastic. I mean, sure, the introduction's a little slow, but once you get past that, it's absolutely awesome. I probably played through this Zelda game more times than any. For me, a lot of playthroughs, I probably played through it maybe 4 or 5 times already when I had it on the Wii. But that's also part of the problem because I had it on Wii. As you know, this is based on the GameCube version of the game.
Yeah.
So everything is reverse. So all the stuff I had memorized from playing this game so many times, I'll run the wrong direction, or a cutscene will play and someone's facing the wrong direction. Like it just messes with my mind. I'm like, what am I playing? But I mean, it looks great. It plays great. It's actually kind of weird playing with buttons versus the Wii remote because that's how I was used to playing it. But it holds up really well. It's a great game. I'm having a blast.
Toby, what's your thoughts?
So I feel the same. Like it's clearly a timeless Zelda game that it was good before, and I think it always will be good. But I'm finding like I'm on the 3rd Tears of Light section as Wolf Link, And at this point in the game, I'm starting to find these Tears of Light sections a bit dull, to be honest.
Yeah.
So, you know, this is the bit where you're at Zora's domain and you're going around like collecting Tears of Light, and they're like really spread out. Like, they're not only are they up Zora's River and all that, they're sort of in the castle town as well. And it's like, do I really want to just be going through the motions collecting these Tears of Light? It's really boring now. Like, it was okay at the start, and they have reduced the amount of these things you have to find. I think it was 16 before, and now it's 12. But I still think that they should have just sort of either cut some of it out or just, you know, I don't know, like not put it there in the first place, because it's kind of like you do dungeon, then you do a wolf bit, then you do another dungeon, and then maybe there'll be a bit in the town, like Kakariko Town, where you do some other like little bits, but it's kind of like rinse and repeat at the moment.
It's like a cycle. It's like the same.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember at all, but there's only 3 Tears of Light, isn't there? Or do you have to do more?
I don't remember if there's one after the Zora's Domain, because you go there's the desert one. There's no Tears of Light there. There's the one in the sky. There's nothing there. So this might be the last one.
Yeah. Because I just finished the second one.
And in Gerudo Valley or whatever.
Yeah, I just got the Iron Boots, and I'm about to go take on the Gorons. So I just
so good.
Yeah. Actually, this is the last one, because that's when all the Twilight gets disappeared.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
It's a old game.
Yeah.
10 years old. There's no spoilers. Alan, what about you?
Well, I'm in the opposite from James. I hated Twilight Princess. Sorry to say.
Shun.
Any of the Wii Zeldas, but that's a different conversation. But I'm coming into this one, and I don't remember. I played it, and I got past where I am, but I do not remember anything I'm doing. So I think old age has ravaged my brain, but I am enjoying it. I'm just behind where Toby is. I agree with what he said. I think the remasters gets kind of knocked a little bit more for its visuals than it deserves. It looked really, really good. The texture was much improved, and they obviously put some love into it. But so far, I'm enjoying it more than I remember when I first played it. So maybe this has improved over time.
That's
maybe,
a good sign.
Yeah, I think also for me, Skyward Sword left a bad taste in my mouth. So maybe it's just going back to the classic control setup has made me feel happy.
Yeah, possibly.
See, I enjoyed Skyward Sword too, so that might tell you something. It's not my favorite Zelda, not by a long shot, but I think Skyward Sword gets a lot more hate than it deserves.
Oh, it totally does. Yeah, I agree with you.
I kind of wish they would have done, or I hope they do, Skyward Sword with the bestsellers list and put it back out for $20, because I'm not paying $60-$70 for that game, and right now that seems to be the only way I could buy it, and I don't want to pay that kind of money for it. So, Holly, what about you?
Well, I am really enjoying it. I didn't actually know whether to buy it in the first place because I was actually playing the Wii version, and I was like, man, this is really cool. Like, they can't really top this in any way. But actually, the visuals are just like, oh my god, it's so nice. And I found that I'd never played the GameCube one, but I found that the Wii one was very, very washed out, like very dull. It's still my favorite. It's my favorite Zelda game ever. It's the one that introduced me. Yeah, it's the one that introduced me to the franchise because I didn't grow up with it. But I like how this one's a lot brighter, and it's very dreamy, which is what I always really liked. The only thing that I was a bit like bothered about was there's no gamepad sound. Like, I can't be the only one that noticed that. Because I like gamepad sounds. I like having little.
Not even like because when you played it on Wii, you had the like certain noises that came out of the Wii remote.
Yeah, there was like there's nothing on the gamepad.
No.
So, so you're saying that like when you're playing, you have the sound up, and there's no sound at all on it.
No. On the like just not on the gamepad.
On the gamepad. But what I mean is, have you tried to play on that screen, or you just talk because it's typically just a map and the items down there.
Yeah, I just like it when they add like extra like because
Actually, that reminds me.
Do you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. There's this feature about Twilight Princess that I found by accident. I think if you press minus or something, it just switches to the gamepad. Like, not enough Wii U games do that. Like at the touch of a button.
Yeah.
Because every game does it differently. Some games you have to go through the menu, and it's just sort of like it's cumbersome. But like on this game, it's just instant, one button and it's there.
I just died, but I did not know you could do that.
Yep.
Thanks, Toby.
That's one thing people don't talk about enough on the Wii U. I love the off TV play.
Yeah.
We only have one TV in our house, so when my wife wants to watch a movie or a show or something, I can just pull it up on my gamepad and play. It still looks good. It plays great. And it's
definitely
nice.
I just think it's so pretty, and I felt a little bit like, because I bought it kind of like impulse. I wasn't going to buy the bundle, but then I was out and I saw it and I was like, oh my god, I really need it. It was like I need it. Like, no, I need this. And I was just like, maybe I shouldn't have bought that because it's not going to be much different. But I'm actually like, I'm glad I paid the money. But I think only Nintendo could get away with like just remastering something, like adding a bit more color to it and, you know, updating it.
I don't know. I mean, there's plenty of other HD remasters that are coming out now that people still buy. Like,
I think, I mean, I say this, but I'm the one that paid like 50 quid for the bundle. But I feel like I wouldn't have done it for anything else. Probably because I already love the game, but I was very conflicted as to whether I should or shouldn't have bought it. But I'm glad I did.
It came with a soundtrack, right? Because that's one thing I didn't get in mine, and I kind of wish I did, because I love getting those soundtracks. And official Nintendo soundtracks are like hard to come by.
What did you get in your bundle then?
It was just the game and the amiibo.
Yeah, that's all we got. Yeah.
Yep, we didn't get a soundtrack.
If you pre-order from GameStop, you got the soundtrack, but nobody else had it.
So it was an exclusivity thing.
Yeah, because mine, I got it from Best Buy, because when they first launched it after that Nintendo Direct, it was sold out everywhere, and so my only choice was Best Buy. So that's where I got mine from. It didn't come with the soundtrack.
CD.
Yeah.
Mine came with the, but I don't know.
I got mine from Amazon because the Direct went up, and then they went up, and I got it, and it was literally like when the Amiibo were up, like 15 minutes, that thing was gone.
Right, it was just it was gone.
Right. I got it, and then I think Best Buy went up like a couple hours later for a short period of time, and it was gone, and then days later, I think GameStop went up, but then they had the and I was like, man, do I really want to change it? And I said, no, I'm leaving it where it is.
Right, I did the same thing. I thought about it, because even when I tried to go on Best Buy to pre-order this, it was one of those times where trying to get to the page was almost impossible because it was so overloaded, and it just kept going down. And I'm like, I hope I got my order in. And then I waited, and eventually the confirmation came through, and I'm like, oh, thank you.
For me, I feel like, pre-launch of this game, people were knocking the visuals through the roof, beating them up. Like, IGN was talking trash. All these different media outlets were saying stuff about it, and I don't see what they're talking about, honestly. I think, like, there's times where I'm playing the game and I'm like, holy cow. The wolf stuff, when you got your senses on and stuff, that's not that good. That's kind of, but it's dark, so you really can't pick up a lot. But when you're Link and you're going through Hyrule Field and stuff, it's like, oh my god, this looks amazing. So that's number one. Number two, the one thing, and it caused me to do my video this past week, was I just feel like we're at the point now where we need voice acting in these games.
Yeah.
They're just
even just a little bit. Just something.
And I said Zelda in general, but like the top-down 2D Zeldas, they don't need the voice acting. You can eliminate there. But at these grand, big 3D
like epic tales,
Sure.
It's so weird to sit there and watch the screen and see all the characters' mouths moving like they're talking, and you're reading the dialogue, and it's like, no, you could do something here.
And even if you skip the dialogue, their mouths are still moving, but there's no text and there's no noise.
Yeah, I think that, and then when people say like, oh, well, we'll give in to that, but we don't want Link talking. I just feel like, and I know, James, you're on the other side where you don't want voice acting. I just feel like we're at a point where just put it in there. Just do it. you know, and I think that like when you look at a game like Xenoblade Chronicles, not X, because X it's bad, because they have the silent protagonist, and to me that's
really
weird.
awkward.
That's awkward. Everybody's talking, and they ask you the question, and you pick what you want, and they read your mind? They know what you want to do. Like, it's weird. That's just awkward. So so for the people that go like, well, we want everybody to talk except for Link, no. Because that's exactly what it would be, and it's just weird. But
we've already had a talking Link in the past, right? And in the animated series and the CDI game.
Yeah, but that's
excuse me, princess.
Yeah, but that's not the same.
See, that could happen again, man.
I don't think so.
I would just be scared, like, because I don't know. I want the voices to be like perfect. I would hate for them to butcher it, and I'm sure they wouldn't, but I would just hate for, like, I don't know.
If you look at Xenoblade for the 3DS, that is awesome. Like, Shulk, spot on, perfect. Like, I didn't think I would like that game, and it's voice acting all around.
So good.
And they did such a good job with it.
The thing is, like, I wonder, like, how they would, you know, how sort of cartoony the voices would be, because oftentimes, like, Zelda games have very kooky characters in with, like, weird faces, like. Some
like
of the
Uku, is that what its name is?
like some
like, what would that sound like?
This game are crazy, like, and you think, what the hell would he talk like? You know, and like even they do. Some of them make noises, like the postman, like he goes, "Hey!" It's like, you know, imagine it was with hearing talking.
Do you do the voice in the game? Because that was
that was so good.
Well, I don't know. Like, maybe his voice would just get annoying. Like, if he actually spoke.
I mean, that's possible, but I just feel like they got to do something. I just feel like it's at that point where everybody else is doing it, and I'm not saying do it because everybody else is doing it. I'm saying that because everybody else is doing it, you see it and hear it, and it's like, oh, this is so awesome, and it's so immersive. Like last year, one of the games of the year, all year long, was Witcher 3. Everybody points to Zelda and goes, this is like Zelda. This is like a mature Zelda. So if that's the game of the year, and a lot of that is all voice acting and it's immersive. So for when people turn around and go, oh, I think it's going to take you out of the game if it has the voice acting, that's not true. You know, and not you, James, because you have multiple consoles and all that stuff. So when you say, like, I don't want it for this reason, I can respect that. But when guys that are in the NBC group that have one console, the Wii U, and that's it, sit there and tell me that they don't want voice acting because it'll take you out or whatever, you haven't played all the other games. So don't talk that nonsense to me, because once you play those other games, you start to realize that, hey, this can work.
Sure. Well, if you look at Nintendo and voice acting in the past, I mean, Star Fox, great voice acting.
Yeah, Star Fox is good.
Uprising, great voice acting.
That is a great game.
Like you said, though, in your video, Metroid Other M. I mean, Nintendo has some. So what side of the fence is it going to fall on? We hope it's going to fall on the
Animal Crossing voices.
I mean,
like just like Simlish.
So I mean,
that's their fear, and I know that. I know Other M is their fear, but that's one game. That's just one game. They have more successes than they do failures. So even when you look at Fire Emblem, like, it is so well done. It is like they're on top of it. And even if they took a Fire Emblem type style to it, where you could appease both sides, like if it's a weird, but see, in Zelda there's not a lot of talking, and that's where I feel like you have it such a limited situation. You don't like to say like, well, Link doesn't need to talk. He really doesn't. He can talk a little bit, but you look at Metal Gear Solid. That to me is an ideal explanation of what a Zelda game would be like. Like, here's Link, which is Silent Snake, doesn't really talk a lot. In the last game, he doesn't talk a lot. Snake, he'll say a couple of words though, and that's all. You can keep Link limited in his dialogue.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be a chatty Cathy, you know. But the other characters, like, what's that?
A chatty Bobby.
But I mean, you look at the other side of it, and it's like, you know, when Troy Baker and all these guys are doing their dialogue in Metal Gear Solid, it's they knock it out the park. And Alan, you played that game. You know all about that. Like, what was your what in the comparison? I'm saying like it's like a Metal Gear. Like they could handle it that way. What do you think?
I kind of agree. I still fall in the camp where don't make Link talk though. I just don't think, unless they can cast it right. And the problem I have is I don't think Nintendo, because I think they all handle it. Japan can, and I disagree with you on Xenoblade 3D. I can't. There's this disconnect for me because of the British accents. I just can't. It rubs me up the wrong way.
That's your people.
Like,
You speak
bad. It's like they also seem to repeat. It's like Monado. It's like they've got the Monado.
No, I think that Xenoblade Chronicles X, the American voices in that are worse than the 3D.
Yeah,
I
agree. Absolutely.
Definitely worse. But that's what I'm saying. But then you look at a game like Star Fox Adventure, that was handled by Rare. The voice acting in that was pretty decent.
Yeah.
Firewatch, decent voice acting. Metal Gear, decent voice acting. It can be done. I just don't think Nintendo.
Well, we don't know yet, do we? If Zelda U has got voice acting, they haven't.
Yeah, we don't know.
So there was Ejinuma was talking about the game having possible like Western influences, like that's what it was alluded to in the most recent article in Famitsu about it. So maybe they are looking at more Western RPGs that have voice acting, and
it's possible.
That could be part of it.
Yeah.
Well, let's take that. We'll segue into our next topic, which is basically with Zelda U possibly going to be cross-launched. Which version are you more? If let's just say hypothetically, NX launches in November, and with that you get two versions of Zelda U. And I'm just calling it Zelda U because I don't know what the actual title is going to be. But what do you do? What's your game plan? Alan, I'm going to throw it to you because this was your question.
I am going. If it does, I will go NX.
Okay.
Because as much as I love my Wii U, it's time to put this pony out to pasture. It's had its day. It's time to move on. And what better way to do that than what looks to be kind of a line being drawn and a new start to the Zelda franchise, this kind of new maybe dynamic of how you play it. I think, right, new console, new Zelda in every way. I just think, and hopefully with the extra horsepower, better looking game. So.
Yeah. Holly, what about you?
Well, for me, I'm never, as long as I can play something, I'm not totally swayed by like which one looks better. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't really, but with sort of recent circumstances and the fact that I've got a new job and I'll have a little bit more money coming in, I probably will buy the NX and buy Zelda U for the NX if that is a thing. I think a little birdie just said, "I'll buy it for you."
There you go.
We have that documented right now.
That's
documented.
There you go.
So, but I probably will because, like Alan said, it's kind of like extra horsepower, you know. I think, yeah, but I'd be happy on, like, honestly, on either because the Wii U is still a beautiful little thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
James, what about you?
Sure. I think it should be called The Legend of Zelda and the Forsaken Console. But I'll probably buy it on NX just because I'm the same way. I like to have the newest and best technology, especially if NX isn't backwards compatible. And we don't know if it is or not. We have no idea.
Yeah.
But like with Twilight Princess, I could have purchased it on the GameCube, but I got it on Wii. Actually, because when the Wii came out, it was impossible to find, so I couldn't even get the Wii at launch. So I waited and still bought it on the Wii. I could have got it on the GameCube, but I waited and got it on the Wii just because I feel like I want the newer experience. I want to, see what's out there.
Bit more polished.
Right, exactly. Mm-hmm.
Toby.
I would get it on both because.
Oh,
that's exactly what I was going to say.
That's
qualified for trying to please everybody.
A few reasons, right? Because number one, when Twilight Princess came out, I got it on Wii, and I enjoyed it on Wii and everything, loved it. But then, as the Wii's life cycle went on, people were always saying, "Well, I preferred it on GameCube because it had traditional controls and it just felt better, and Link was left-handed in it, and all of that stuff." And I felt at that point that I had missed out on a better version, because everyone always said this version is way better than the Wii version. So I'd be worried about that happening again, because I mean I know that the Wii U has got the gamepad, and we don't know what the input is going to be on the NX, whether there's going to be a touchscreen or not. So you know, you never know. Like, we might really miss some of the gamepad features that it's going to have on Wii U.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's
if I
true.
don't get it on Wii U, like, I'm going to miss out on that opportunity to experience it that way. So,
Well,
so
quick. Oh, so I was going to say, quick fire question. How is everybody playing Twilight Princess? Are you playing with the gamepad? Because I'm
Yes.
using the Pro Controller.
I'm using the gamepad.
I'm playing the
I'm
I'm using the gamepad.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't have a-
And I'm with Toby. I would buy it on both. And there's a couple of reasons, like he alluded to, but the one thing I'm looking at it is they haven't confirmed that Amiibo is carrying over to NX. Everybody's assuming that it will, but they haven't confirmed that. And there's save data on the Wolf Link. You know what I mean? Like, that I want to, because they said that that's going to something's going to cross over with that.
Mm-hmm.
So, not saying that they won't bring that to that part of it to the NX, but we just don't know because they're so hush hush with the NX. Same reason was, you know, if the NX doesn't have the second screen, then I really am loving the fact of, like, having this map.
Like a real-time map and inventory.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the inventory is just like bing, bing, bing. You're moving
It's a lot
around.
easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there are features that I like. So I would like to buy them both, and plus the collector in me kind of wants the Wii U version as well.
Sure.
I mean, there was times when the GameCube version was going for over £100 online because it was so hard to find.
Jesus.
Yeah. So that's the other reason why I would want to get it, but I would also like to get it and then determine myself, sit there and look and go, okay, which do I prefer? And then I would play the one through and complete it, but just to have the other one there would be kind of, I don't know. I'm thinking the same thing, Toby. I'd buy them both. Okay, so, and that's the other thing. You guys realize that that's what you can do with the Amiibo, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The quick start?
What is it? We don't know what's going to carry over.
No. I'm talking about for the Wii U. Like,
What?
you take the Wolf Amiibo, right? You save, you plunk it down, you save it. The next time I play, when I start up, I just grab the Wolf, Amiibo and I put it down at the title screen, and it takes me right to the game, right exactly where I left off.
Oh my god, it just did it.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome.
We're blowing Holly's mind today.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I'm
minus
registering.
button
I'm
and-
registering it.
I love it, man. It's awesome.
Can I say, as someone that doesn't open their Amiibo, that feature is wasted on me.
On you, but for me, I think it's awesome. It's just, when you do it the first time, you're like, holy crap, this is just cool. Like, I don't have to sit there and push buttons and go through menus and stuff. I just click it and go, and I start playing.
You are such a quintessential lazy American. I don't want to push
What are you
buttons.
talking about? It's just, listen, it's a feature they have. I'm taking advantage of it. I like it. It's the same thing as a quick start menu.
It's
When you start
cute.
when you start the Wii U up and you can go to wherever you want, the last 10 things you played, it's the same theory.
So
Do you actually go, wait, when you start up your Wii U, do you go back, do you go to the home screen first and then pick your game you want to play?
I've never
Oh, there's
saw
like if you register it, there's like a thing. Like, you go into like a cave of shadows.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
bunch of stuff you can do.
Right, well, there we go.
There's another thing that Alan's going to be missing out on because he's a little bitch.
Yeah.
Nintendo.
Bobby,
Okay,
I
so
have something for you to suck. Talk about it later.
you will tell Amy to pull it out of her purse and bring it over and we'll talk. Nintendo has so we've had the Paper Mario series on Nintendo, and this kind of came from because this past week I was on the Touch Base podcast, which is an Amiibo-centric podcast with Amigos, and they had customizer Kick-Ash on there as well. Well, she did Paper Mario, but Paper Zelda figures. Really cool. You can look them up on Instagram or her Twitter account. Really, really awesome looking. But my question is that made us debate it a little bit or talk about it, but how much would you guys be into a Paper Zelda series from Nintendo?
I think we already have it with Wind Waker, kind of, don't we? I mean, that kind of has like a papery
But that's cartoony. That's to me.
He's
That's
he's still like paper thin, right? Kind of.
Well, the thing is, like, I picture the Paper Mario games and the style of gameplay that you get with those, and they do have like some action elements, but at heart they're an RPG. Yeah. So if you put Zelda into that, like, the art style could work, but the gameplay, I'm not sure if that would work in that style. Because a lot of like what happens in Paper Mario games is it does revolve around the paper as a mechanic. So Mario can slip through thin gaps. He can turn into like an aeroplane and float across things, and like it plays with the dimension aspects of that sort of world. So I don't know how well that would sort of convert into the Zelda universe, because like a lot of the gameplay revolves around using your items, like your bow and arrow and your sword and your boomerang and all the rest of it. So I don't know like how that would interact with the paper.
Sure.
I feel the same as Toby, like exactly the same.
But I think the art style could be amazing.
Yeah, art-wise it'd be cool. But if you were doing it, I would want them to make it different, because like I kind of I would say I'd want it to kind of be a more not a hardcore RPG. I think that's the wrong word, but like more turn-based.
Yes.
Like a rock paper scissors type mechanic that could then you could work around the puzzles elements that you've got from Zelda and all the weapons.
I would like it because you've played Xenoblade Chronicles X quite a bit. I think a couple of you guys have played it quite a bit. But how that style of an RPG is. So when you go up, you're just picking things to do, and you're just firing off. There's no weight. Like it's kind of fluid. I would almost like that style where if you push the X button, Link will throw his boomerang. If you push the Y button, he pulls out his bow. Things of that. But in the paper style, like I think yes, you need to go more traditional RPG in theory. Like you can't do the whole how it's kind of like a real Mario game to some degree and then an RPG on some degree. I think you go full on, RPG, but you could have them aspects of what Link does, where, again, you have the sword, you can swing the sword, you can do the spin attack, like there's different things you can do.
Yeah.
Like maybe the spin attack is like a special attack and things like that. Like I really think that they could do a lot with the series. I think it would be pretty cool. I would like to see them try it at least.
If they did that style, like I think for the combat, it'd be great if they had sort of cards. Like introduce some sort of card system with power-ups or abilities linked to your cards. Like in the new Paper Mario, you've got color, like cards that you can paint, and then you can use those in your battles. So something along those lines would be cool.
No.
Why not? do you not like card games? Like
no. I don't want that. Like I'm not when I pose the question. I'm thinking more in lines of like that style and some of the things taken from the Paper Mario series, but not everything. Like I don't want to do all the little mini games and all the little weird stuff that they do. I want it to be more RPG style, like the original Paper Mario series, not the ones that we're getting, like the more traditional style stuff.
I'd like to see a kind of a 2.5D. Kind of if it was an art style, instead of it kind of being the Mario Paper Mario style that we're seeing, something more like kind of a bridge between that and maybe like Woolly World, but like in an origami style, so everything looks like
that would be cool.
That'd be really cool.
So when you say that, I'm thinking more like Super Paper Mario, the one where you could like flip it between flat and 3D, something like that.
But I don't know what it was. I was playing a demo. Have you played Transistor before?
No.
I haven't, no.
Nope.
No, it's by Supergiant Games. And they did Bastion. That's a great game. But I don't know why, but I was playing that, and that's when I said the game would have to be 2.5D with turn-based. And just the way they made that game look is stunning. And I thought, I want them to make that game.
Yeah.
So, Bobby, you've made a game that'll never happen in my mind, and I hate you for it.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
You hate him for many other reasons than that. That's not the only reason.
Oh, so many.
You hate me because of all these open things behind me. That's why you hate me. I just think it's I think it's a cool thing to throw out there and discuss. But again, I don't think it'll ever happen. I don't think we're ever going to see it. But it's
I mean, I don't know. Like, I think maybe it could work if you had it more in the style of Zelda 2 from the NES.
Yeah, that's true.
That was very much a side-scrolling game, and that worked to a degree. Maybe not the best Zelda, but they could have that style in the paper look.
That's true. That's true. So when you hit the dungeons and stuff, it's kind of like that.
Yeah.
And the overworld can kind of just be like an open world.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. Well, before we move on to the final thing, is there any type of art style that you would like to see Zelda take on? Because they seem to experiment with the Zelda series.
Sure.
Is there something you guys in your mind you're like, man, I'd really like to see him tackle this?
Well, I mean, I really like the look of the new Zelda. Like that sort of, it's sort of like they've gone sort of Skyward Sword, but they've took it to a new level. It looks like
it's like a water painting.
Yeah, but it's sort of like cel shaded as well. So I don't know, but that's cool.
It looks like Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword had like some kind of nice baby and kind of
right.
You're right.
Did anyone remember the art style from Nintendo Land for the Zelda stuff?
Yes.
Oh, I love Nintendo Land.
I think that Nintendo Land did some cool experiments with art style, especially like the Pikmin style. I think if they made a Pikmin game in the Nintendo Land style, that would be interesting.
Yeah, Nintendo Land. That's the one thing I took from Nintendo Land. I was just like, that is because it was kind of yarn, kind of 2D, 3D kind of mix. It was just awesome. Yeah.
Sure.
I didn't like the fact that you had to go through with a sword and just sit there.
Yeah, it's like on rails.
I was always like, I want to use a bow. I don't want to use the sword. I would just have my wife in there with the sword, and she's just hacking away, and I'm just like, I'm like, this is just crazy.
Actually, Bobby, one style that would be kind of cool that they haven't done before, when they use the claymation and Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, that would actually look really cool in a Zelda game, because Nintendo's really good at using, like you said, material, like yarn with Woolly World looked awesome, and the clay in that Kirby game looked fantastic, but you couldn't really see it. You had to look at the gamepad the whole time. But if they made a Zelda game in that style, that would be awesome.
I'm holding out for a Mario game in that style. That's when I've brought it up on the show a couple times that if that was that would be my answer, to go Super Mario, because with Mario Maker now, they can't go back to 2D unless they do something completely different. They can't go back to new Super Mario Bros. Because it's in that style. I feel anyway. So they need to change the style up. So I would love to see them take on clay and do it in a side-scrolling 2D, 2.5D Super Mario Bros.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
I'd like to see a style, not just the origami. Any of you seen Kill Bill Volume 1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember the animated sequence?
Oh, yeah.
I'd love a Zelda. Okay, maybe not that ultra-violent, but in that kind of animated style. But it's
you want to see Link stabbing swords through people.
Well, isn't that like Akami in a way though?
Well,
Akami has very heavy.
Akami is
anime
I just imagine
influence.
That or like Ni no Kuni, a Zelda game like that.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah. Okay. Last thing. Who wins? Bowser versus Gannon.
Ganon.
I've actually I've literally put this together, and I've put why they would, why they wouldn't, why they would, why they wouldn't.
Let's hear it, Holly.
Oh really? Right.
Yes.
Okay. So here we go. Ganon, right, can only be defeated using the Master Sword. However, he can be badly damaged with regular weapons. He also has political power in Hyrule, and he has the damn Triforce, so, him and Bowser have, the same kind of attitude. So Bowser, just kind of why I'm saying Bowser, can manipulate space, his size, he can teleport, he can breathe fire, he's a lot more, magically gifted. And a bit of trivia, a normal tortoise can have up to 200 pounds of pressure on its shell, and Bowser is like a tortoise times 10, so I feel like... By my calculations, he's very invulnerable. However, he is really slow. my conclusion is that Bowser is technically sort of more powerful. He can do more things, but Ganon is like basically immortal. Like I'd say he's fairly immortal.
The problem with
Bowser gets
Bowser,
beaten by a plumber.
yeah, like Mario can.
But he always comes back. He always comes back.
Yeah.
That's the
Mario
thing.
can grab Bowser by his tail, spin him around in the air, and sling him off into the lava. No problem. Like the size of Mario compared to Bowser, like that means
But the
Bowser's
thing
size
is-
doesn't mean
but-
anything.
Yeah,
Bowser,
but what's the difference?
comes back.
Link
He always comes back.
Link disposes of
Ganon.
Ganon pretty easily. Like,
Yeah.
Not
like
always.
it's not like Link has to go through a journey to collect everything. I envision Bowser letting Link do the hard work, coming in, taking Link out, and then going after Ganon. If he had
We're having a three-way fight of who would win, Ganon, Bowser, or Link. Can't have
And
Link doing all the
Mario,
legwork.
and Mario.
And
Put
them
Mario.
all
It's a
together.
four-way fight. It's a tag match.
Settle it in Smash, guys.
Yeah. I mean, also, like Bowser technically isn't really a bad guy. Like he's playing bad, but in a lot of Mario games, Bowser is also a good guy. Like
What are
he's
you
working.
talking
They golf together. They play tennis together.
Don't go into
They-
this.
Like the RPGs, they work together sometimes.
Yeah, don't go into the revisionist history with this nonsense Mario and
This
Luigi
is not revisionist.
RPGs. That's nonsense.
Bowser comes from a broken home.
Yeah, Bowser is a
He's
badass.
infatuated with Princess
He
Peach.
does.
All he wants is a relationship with Peach. That's all he wants.
Okay, listen. Have you guys listened to?
Sorry.
I think it was a couple episodes of the Warp Whistle podcast.
Syndrome.
There was a Valentine's episode that the Warp Whistle podcast did, and Colin, it was like, what's the best couple in the Nintendo universe? And Mark was kind of like, well, you know, Mario and Princess Peach, and Colin's like, she's just a tease, dude. That's all she does is make him cake. Like, like he's doing all this stuff to try to get a kiss or to try, and she just bakes him cakes and stuff. And it's like every single episode, she's baking him a cake and then gets kidnapped. But he was like, at least with Link, he's trying to get kisses. Like if you go back to the cartoon that James was referencing early, he's trying to get a kiss every episode. So it's just like that was kind of funny.
You've just really upset me. You've just literally put a whole new spin on the Mario series. It's like the ultimate friend zone game.
Exactly.
It
I'm trying to be more, but
Think about the end of Mario Sunshine when Bowser and Bowser Jr. just like sitting together, and he's like, "Oh, is that not my mum then?" He's like, "No, it's not." Like it's so sad. Like broken family, broken family.
Pretty much.
they need to introduce the female Bowser. Have it like
Oh, God.
Her.
Can you imagine it's like the Nintendo version of Ace Attorney, where it's like they're having a custody battle over all the Bowser kids and you've got to defend them in court.
Oh my God. So
She's been off.
So should we all have a vote then? Who wins, and then we'll
Okay.
decide.
okay,
Yeah,
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I vote Gannon.
I'm Gannon as well.
James.
Okay, for me, it kind of depends. Because if it's Bowser and Ganondorf, then it would absolutely be Bowser. But if it's Ganon in his true form, it'd probably be Ganon. Just say it.
That's fair
Why?
enough.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. No, because Ganondorf Ganon can be beat.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that Ganon, in his true form, becomes that giant. What is he? Yeah, pig thing.
Yeah.
I mean, he's so much bigger. He would just stomp on Bowser.
I
But
don't know so much bigger. He's bigger.
I'm
He is
saying
big.
Bowser. Like honestly, I'm saying Bowser. I've done a lot of research, guys. Like
See,
If you look at that, what was not it was the side scroll, like Super Mario U. He gets huge.
He does
yeah,
get huge.
that's true. That's very
massive.
true.
So,
Very true.
Like, I
Okay.
think he could get to be the same size.
In that point, I'll go with Holly. I'm siding with Bowser.
There we
Yes.
go. And I'm Bowser, so
Oh my
Oh
God.
God, this is
Toby and
unjust.
Alan lose yet again.
Oh,
Shocker.
surrounded. I never thought I'd say this, but apart from Toby, I'm surrounded by idiots.
I thought mine was quite put together, to be
Exactly.
honest.
Impressed, Holly. I'm very impressed.
Thank you. Thank you.
Like she did some research. You and Toby admit Gannon.
I like Gannon. I like Gannon.
Like, dry.
Yeah, let's not even. We're doing a podcast to have discussions on stuff. I bring it up and like Gannon. I don't want to talk about it no more. Like, move on. Yes. So that is all. Thank you guys for listening to us on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Stitcher, if that's how you did it, or YouTube. James, thank you so much for coming on this episode. Why don't you take a brief second and tell everybody where they can find you and all that good stuff.
Sure. Well, first of all, thank you for having me on the show. This is a great way to spend Saturday morning. I've had a blast.
Good.
But, I'm over on Life of Gaming, which you guys can find us on Facebook, on Twitter, at Life of Gaming Pod. We're a bi-weekly podcast. Me and at least one other person, we try to bring a guest on each episode. So find us on iTunes. We also have our YouTube channel, which we have video versions of our podcasts up every week, just like this. We do ours through Skype.
Yes.
Similar thing. Although this week, oh my gosh, I must say this, we do not have a video version of this week's episode, which I'm very disappointed in, because something errored out on our video recording, and I lost it. So we only have audio version this week, which I'm very disappointed in. But we have some great interviews on there with Zoink Games, with 13 AM Games, with and we have Ray Osorio on there this week. Because we kind of just celebrated our 1-year anniversary, so we got a bunch of people on this week's episode. But check that out. As for myself, I'm on Twitter at JamesPlus12, and then Wii U, Xbox, all those places, Jamester0722.
Cool. Holly, I'm going to let you rattle off your nonsense with your X and O's and underscores.
Okay. So you can find me on YouTube, and if you just type in Halcyon Holly, and that is spelled HALCYON, and then Holly with a Y. If you don't want to do that, just type in Fantasy Live Review and I'll pop up somewhere. On Twitter, I am Halcyon Holly with an underscore. On Facebook, if you type in Halcyon Holly, I'm there, but my page name is just Holly. But apart from that, I don't know where else you can find me. Oh, that's about it.
I think they can find you in Europe someplace. So,
yeah, in England.
Alan is on Instagram and Twitter at Alan_Paxton. Toby, he's got to make it difficult and do two. So on Twitter, he's at Toby's_take. On Instagram, he's at Amiibo_workshop. I almost forgot for a second there. Yeah. And myself, I'm on Twitter, Instagram, at the Geek Gurus. That is all. Peace, mother.
Bye.
Bye.
Cheerio, ladies.